Hi everyone, Greg Phillips here. I thought I'd continue my examination of theming in Power BI with a quick review of the few of the customizations you can make by directly editing and applying a JSON theme file. This is not actually a description of what can be done within Power BI itself, but rather is an example of what can be accomplished outside of Power BI by creating a custom JSON theme file. This topic is not intended for Power BI report consumers or casual Power BI developers, but rather for those familiar with and comfortable with editing and creating JSON code directly. So I'll proceed with the assumption that the viewer is comfortable with the syntax and structure of JSON files, as well as with the development environment tools. I'll be using Visual Studio Code to develop JSON theme files. So let's take a look. As in the last video on text theme customizations available and built into the Power BI desktop application itself, we need a canvas to showcase our work. And again, I have used the Enterprise DNA Practice dataset, which is a simple sales dataset from which a number of visuals can be easily constructed. The demonstration PBIX file is a single report page, and custom dimensions of 1600 by 900 have been used to give a little more space than the standard 1280 by 720 report. Let's just have a look at the default theme here. So if we go browse for themes and we apply our default theme, we can see that there's just using the standard blue, orange, purple colors in the Power BI theme. If I select another theme for white text on a dark background, this is where we're going. I'll just make a few quick changes here. I'll get back to them in a little bit to tell you this can't be done through JSON, but in any event, this is where we're going, right here. So let's take a look. So this is where we're going. Let's close without saving and reopen the PBIX file, and we'll build the JSON file directly. Before we start, this is definitely not a comprehensive review of how to develop a JSON file for Power BI, but rather I'll just make a few quick comments about JSON files. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and it is a clear text format for data files consisting of nested objects or code blocks, each of which can have its own collection of name-value pairs. Colons are used to separate name-value pairs. Braces are used to surround an object. List elements can be separated by commas, list elements are separated by commas, and lists can be arrays, and if so, they are surrounded by square brackets. A Power BI JSON file usually consists of three main sections: name, colors, and visuals. The name section is actually the only required section, and as you can see, this is where we're going to start our investigation today. So let's just apply this theme file. I go over here and to view, browse for themes. We'll go for the theme scratch file, and it imports successfully. You'll see again the default colors that are used for the default theme in Power BI. If we go back to the code block section and I now copy a set of alternate colors, we can paste that into our JSON theme file by adding a comma after the name block, paste it in here, and we'll save the JSON theme file. We'll go back to Power BI and we'll once again apply our scratch theme. And now we can see that the colors have changed. The visuals section is by far the largest, and this is where we'll be doing the rest of our work. So let's go there now. You can change the text easily, including the font family, size, and color. Let's just flip over to Notepad++. I've got a text block here, a code block here for our text classes, and we have fonts set to different sizes and the Sego themes. Sego font families. We'll copy that. We'll go over to Visual Studio Code. We'll paste that in here, again adding a comma for a separating, and once again we'll save our theme file. We'll flip back to Power BI and we will apply that theme file. So view, browse for themes, our scratch theme again, and we'll see that all the text is now turned to blue. One of the things that we can easily do is change the text color. So if I want to come back to the JSON file again, I'm going to select this blue color, and I'm going to replace it with a red color, and save that again, and go back over to Power BI, and we'll import the JSON theme file one more time, and now we can see all the text has changed to red. Now let's look at the backgrounds. For the page background, we'll set it to the second darkest color in our palette. I'm going to flip over to Notepad++. We'll grab our page background code block, copy that, and I will go over to Visual Studio Code. We'll paste that in here. Whoops, sorry. Add a comma after that. Paste that in here. Save once again. And then we'll flip over to Power BI and once again apply our Scratch theme. And there we see our background. If we want to color the backgrounds of our various visuals, we'll again go to Notepad++ where I have a code block already set. Whoops, sorry. We'll grab it here. And we'll go over to Visual Studio Code once again. I'm going to paste that in here. I think this is the right spot. We'll save that and come back over to Power BI and once again apply our Scratch theme. And there we go. So now let's complete our demo. We'll change the title text background to our darkest theme color and the text color to white. As you can see, I haven't figured the proper syntax for setting the table in matrix style via the JSON theme file, so I'll use the interface to change the style of both visuals to none. Style none, and style none. Okay, if I go back over to to Notepad++, here's the code, the JSON code block for title background. And if I flip over to Visual Studio Code, I want to put that right in here. And again, we will save our theme and flip over to Power BI and apply it one more time. So view, browse for themes, and our Scratch theme. Whoops, something didn't work. This must be ordering. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, it did actually work, but I forgot to change the font color. Let's just go back over to here, and let's see, where do I need to go? Here we go. Once more time, we'll do an edit replace on there, and I'm going to replace that with 6 Fs. There we go. And then we'll flip back over to Power BI and apply that one more time. Perfect. So that's it. I do, however, have a few small standalone demos that showcase a few theme options, and we'll take a look at those next. Before we start, let's reset our theme back to the default. Again, view, browse for themes. This time we'll go theme 0 default. And so we're back to just where we started. If we want to add, for example, shadows to all our visuals, we can use the Visual Styles drop shadow show syntax. And I have an example file here that shows, again, Visual Styles and drop shadow and show. Let's get this out of the way. If we go over to Power BI and I apply that theme file, so we'll browse for themes, and we'll see shadows on. Here now we see that all of our visuals have shadows. If, for example, we want to ensure that all of our visuals have title text, we can add some placeholder title text using the Visual Styles title, show, and text syntax. So again, let's go back over to Visual Studio Code, and we can see that theme file here. Again, visual styles, title, and show, and text. And if we go over to Power BI and we apply that theme file, browse for themes, and title default text, we'll note that only one of our visuals has changed because all the rest of them have been modified already with titles. If, for example, we were to go onto a new page and we were going to create a new table here and bring in our channels, for example, and bring in whatever measure we might want, total sales, we'll see that we do have default title text. Another thing we can do is we can affect the way new images scale to their container if we reset to the default theme. So view and browse for themes, theme 0 default. If we insert an image, we'll see that it does maintain its aspect ratio as we move here. If we choose the scaling option here, we'll see that the scaling is normal. So on, if we want to choose, if we want to use a theme file to set our image scaling, we can use the visual styles, image scaling, and image scaling type syntax. So if we flip over to Power BI and we add that theme, view, browse for themes, and image scaling fit, we'll see that the aspect ratio can now be changed for the existing visual, and if we add new visuals, we can see again that their scaling is now set to fit. So it does move with the edge pulls. Before I finish, there are a couple of things I discovered while I was preparing this demo that I wanted to mention, as they may be useful to others. The page background transparency setting in the JSON file doesn't appear to be taken into account, so I used the interface to set the page background transparency level to 0 before the demo started. The settings for table and matrix style don't appear to be taken into account, so I use the interface to set the table and matrix style to none, as you saw. Order does seem to be important in JSON theme files. So if you find that a particular setting is not being taken into account, try reordering your JSON code a bit so the setting of interest appears higher or earlier in the code. Existing visuals may not fully respond to theme files, especially if they have had any format settings already applied, but new visuals will. For existing visuals, one can think of the revert to default link that's in many of the format cards, more of a revert to theme default link. Next, I'm a relative neophyte at JSON coding, especially in Power BI. So please take all the examples I've used with a grain of salt. I expect more experience and I expect that those more experienced and familiar with the JSON theme coding within Power BI will produce much better and more legible code. Finally, as I noted at the start of this video, I just wanted to share some of my initial experiences and showcase a few of the customizations I found. There are a multitude of settings available for Power BI JSON theming, and those who are willing to invest the time and effort to research the available online resources can iteratively develop useful theme files. A great starting point is the Properties tab of the Power BI Tips Advanced Theme Generator, where you can use their web UI to generate JSON themes files for all or specific visual types, and there's a link down below in the description. Well, that's it for today. Hopefully you can add some of the custom JSON theme coding to your Power BI toolbox, and that it can both help to standardize your reports and save yourself some work in the future. Best of luck. Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Enterprise DNA TV. If you enjoyed the content covered in this particular tutorial, please throw the video a like. It really helps us and we really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Enterprise DNA TV channel. We have a huge amount of content coming out all the time from myself and a range of content creators, all dedicated to improving the way that you use Power BI and the Power Platform. Lastly, check out Enterprise DNA's website. Plenty of resources and further learning that you can access very easily. All the best. Take care.